Okay, I think that means we are back. Hello, everyone. Since the last thing was such a blast. First of all, we've lost Armik, who was my beautiful co-host, and now she's the producer of the thing. Hi, Armik. Very nice of you. Let's give her a round of applause and congrat her on the promotion. That means that today I have another beautiful co-host, Zernigor. Hi.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. My name is Zernigor. I am coordinator of WC Uzbekistan. Yeah, let's meet each other.
Yeah, so we will be
and introduce yourself, Ksyusha, please.
Okay, for those of you who for some reason haven't saw the first edition of our talk show, my name is Ksyusha. I'm in charge of UWC Russian NC. And I guess I will be the only representative of Russia today, which I'm totally fine with. And I'm very happy to introduce the three of our guests, aka let them introduce themselves. So yeah, for the next something minutes, me and Zernigor will spill the tea, hopefully, out of three of you guys. And this leads us to round one of the whole thing. Round one. And the first round means that each of you guys will have 30 seconds to introduce yourself and your college, whatever you feel like you should be sharing, having only 30 seconds. Who is the bravest and wants to go first? Okay, Lucine, you're smiling the most. So Lucine, your 30 seconds starts now.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Lucine. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Armenia. I'm currently a second year in UWC Mostar, which is in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know. It's been quite a challenge for me to study in UWC. Because of the visa and like country restrictions, I left pretty late and completely like missed the first term, and I was doing it online, so I had like hard time adjusting to it. But it's all good now, thanks to all this like community that accepted me as the person that I am. And yeah, that's it.
Great, thank you so much. Nicholas, you're the second to go. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm Nika, I'm 17 and I'm a first year at UWC Atlantic. It's in Wales, and I'm really excited to like share my experience and what I've learned here, because I know I had a lot of questions when I was applying. So I'll be really glad to share my experience.
Thank you. Oh, all of you are so not worthy today. Good to know. Okay, and Shahriyor, please start.
Okay, so my name is Shahriyor. Currently, I'm staying at Lipochum, and I've just arrived to the campus, so it's my first day, and this is like insane place. And I know that everyone who is watching this translation knows about UWT only from pictures, but pictures doesn't represent reality at all, so it's way cooler.
Oh, okay. I was kind of nervous about pictures does not represent like, is it better or worse? But much cooler is great. Okay, and this is my 30 seconds. Okay, thank you so much. And that leads us to round number 2, which is the main part why we are here today. So yes, the main reason why we are here is to bring some light over the uncertainties that might be that some of our candidates might have. And yes, we are here to ask you some questions. Zernigor, would you
Yeah.
like to start?
Yeah, we have been collecting some questions from our candidates so that we could collect them and ask you here now. I hope all our candidates who've been asking these questions are watching now. So we will be, discussing all stages and life in UWC and campus and all your expectations and your experience. So questions will be related to all stages of UWC. So first question, which is very interesting for me too, even. What was your stupid mistake during the interview, or what was the word maybe you have forgotten while you've been interviewing? So we are giving 1 minute, right? If I'm not mistaken, to each candidate. No, I'm sorry, you're not candidates anymore. You're students. Well, I work only with candidates, so we are giving 1 minute for each student so that you can answer us, and maybe, and I hope it will be fun. Let's start with Luzine.
So I just like remembered it was like I think it was like a group of people. I just completely forgot about like the phrase that I was trying to say, and I my mind just went like blank at that point, and I was like, oh my God, like I was like, can you like give me a minute to just remember it? And they were like, oh no, you can say it like in Armenian. I was like, no, I have to remember it in English. So that's like the word that I forgot. And yeah, and the one mistake that I did, I think it was kind of being like kind of nervous about the interview, because it was like a first time for me to just like be like in UWC and like really know what is it about. And so yeah, like kind of being nervous. That's yeah. So don't be nervous, guys. Yeah, that's it for me.
This is kind of an advice for, I don't know, depressed people, like don't be sad. Like,
Or calm down or something like that.
yeah, but thank you, that's a great advice. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Next, our student Nicholas.
My biggest mistake like would be on the last like rounds of interviews, and there was this little game that I can't tell you right now because it's kind of disclosed, but it was a team game, and like the instructions were like really confusing, and I mistook this game for something else, and everybody was playing it like differently, but I was playing it differently. I messed up everything, and I was like, what? Because like in the end you had to like give the results, and mine was like totally different. So like I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, that's the end of it. But like know that even if you make mistakes, like you're not gonna be eliminated or something because I'm still here, and like we're supposed to make mistakes. So don't worry about that. It was really embarrassing.
So motivating.
Everybody was playing by different rules. It's kind of the story of my life. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and Shahrior.
Well, I can take advice. Don't forget that you have only 15 minutes, because before my interview, I had prepared a lot of text, like for even 1 hour of conversation discussions, and that was a problem because I hadn't tell them about everything about my life. So just keep in your mind like key points that you want to share, and yeah, that's all. Be confident.
Okay, don't be nervous, be confident. I will write it down as well. Thank you, guys. So as far as I'm the one who is answering all of the phone calls and emails from like during this first and others stages, for sure, you can imagine how many questions I get from the parents. And this is leading us to the second question. How was the whole parent situation for you? Like, was it a surprise for your parents that you applied? How they reacted to the college you were nominated? Was it scary at all? Did you have to convince them? So yeah, how does your parent or parents felt? Lucina.
So for me, I mean, my family knew about the college, so I just like applied just to like know if I could get in or not. I didn't like make big hopes for it, so I wouldn't be disappointed if I didn't get in. And when I got in, I was like so like kind of like shaking because I couldn't believe that I got in, and I was really happy with like every like even though like you could send me like anywhere, I would be happy with it because it's like UWC. It doesn't matter like where you are. So yeah, we're like really happy, and like it was kind of like scary because living with your parents for like 17 years and then going to live alone in like a community of people your age is kind of like a big thing because like you're like on the step of adulthood, kind of like being like in the last years of your teenage years. And I don't know, it was kind of like a big, really big change for me, but I took it as a challenge and I think I overcame it. Yeah, I'm glad to say that I overcame it. Yeah.
Great, sounds good.
Okay, we are having Yasmina from Lipachun as well, and she's giving hi to Shahriar. I guess you will meet her or you have already. And yeah, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. Please feel free to comment if you're watching. You can also ask questions or just share your feelings about what you're hearing. Okay, please continue.
Okay, for me, my parents knew since the first application round that I was applying. I knew about UWC for like like since childhood, and they knew I wanted to apply to it. And like they were really supportive. And it's really important for people to realize that when you have supporting parents who are like with you on every stage to support you, even if you fail or not, it's really was important for me as a like child, because I'm still a child and I need this support system that I have to know that there's people who's behind me who will help me succeed and who will like be happy with me. And when I got into Icelandic, like I was so happy, and my parents were happy with me. And even though I know that like they really miss me and I miss them too, they know that this is what I wanted and they support me, and it's really a blessing for me. So yeah, I'm really lucky for that.
Okay, thank you.
So my parents literally were just shocked because I find out about the program in the last day of deadline. So I filled out all the application by myself, and then I just gave them news like stage one results accepted, stage two results accepted, and they were like, oh, okay, nice, good job. And only when I got in and when like national committee called to my parents, they get it and they were super amazed. And like next week, they were just insanely happy for me. But
Okay.
before they didn't believe that it's possible. So
Mhm.
they were keeping me. Well, they said good words, but they didn't believe, and now we're happy.
Thank you so much. Actually, yeah, we are having a lot of, I don't know about Uzbekistan. I suppose it's kind of the same, but here in Russia, I'm having a lot of questions like, it's hard for people to believe that somebody will send kids and pay for them just for like why we're doing that. So yeah, and for those of you who haven't applied yet but thinking about that, Shahriyor is your inspiration that you can do it in one day, but please don't wait until the last day. And yeah, start right away if you're still kind of thinking about that.
Yeah.
One day is very impressive. Wow.
Yeah, I can agree. Actually, in Uzbekistan, the same. It is very difficult for parents. First of all, it's very difficult for parents to believe that there are such scholarships that can send our Uzbek pupils, students somewhere else. And also, it is very hard for our parents to let go their children. So yeah, I can actually relate because I know the feeling that parents doesn't believe you, and then when you got the goal and you achieve, they're like, was it all serious? Was it all for serious? Are you going really? So yeah, I can get it.
Yeah, I guess it's the hardest part, not
Yeah,
if your kid wasn't chosen, but when it was. But it is great to hear all of your families are that supportive.
yeah.
So yeah, we should carry on, I guess.
So the question is kind of related. We will continue this topic. I want to know what was your first emotion when you got the letter that you are nominated to college that you are in now. It's very interesting to know. Lizine?
So okay, completely honest, I literally was shaking and crying. Literally, that's the first thing that I opened my email. I was like, it kind of like was kind of confusing at first because they were like, with this situation, I was like, oh no, I got rejected. And then I like scrolled down a bit and they were like, you are nominated in Monster. And I was like, oh my God, like I started like screaming and like the whole family was like, what happened? And I'm like, I got accepted. And then it was like just like my whole emotions were all over the place. And yeah, that's basically what happened. And now I'm here.
Great, sounds so good. Thank you.
Okay, so for me, like we didn't know the exact date we would get the letter, so I was sleeping whenever everybody got the letter, and I wake up and my phone's exploded because everybody got the letter. They're like, "Where did you get in?" And I search it up, and like the letter started like really weirdly because it was like, "Oh, thank you for pretty." I was like, "Oh, I'm getting like rejected. Like, what is this?" And I'm ready to like close the letter. It's like you got into Atlantic. I was like, "What?" And I like reread it again, and I started just, like screaming. I'm like, "Mom, I got in!" Because like I was not expecting to get into Atlantic because like not a lot of Georgians get in, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And like I was literally screaming and crying and didn't think for like 1 month. I was just like, "Oh, I'm going! Yay!" That was it. I didn't have any emotions other than that.
Yeah. Great. Shakhriyar?
Well, I did home application in one day, and all my interviews were so awful. So I was very, very relaxed about my results, and I wasn't expecting anything. Well, I was very pessimistic about my result, and when I got my letter, my parents were in the job, and they were just entering the house, like just entering the home. So I got the letter. I went there. I showed them that I got in, and they were like, "No, seems like you read it incorrectly. Give it to your father, to your sister, then give it to your uncle, and so on." Yeah, and the letter said that I'm only nominated, and I can be rejected by the college itself. So we were pessimistic till the end. But
Mhm.
like right now,
What-
I can't believe like being in
Yeah.
campus. I barely believe in that.
What was the emotion when you got the email that you are nominated to Lipochun?
Well, when I read it by myself, I was very calm. But when I showed it to my family, I just realized it. To be honest, I didn't realize it like even now when here. Like this is my campus, my roommate.
Hi to him.
Yeah. Great, great. We are very glad that you got your campus actually.
So yeah, it's great you're already there, because the next question actually we we had a bunch of those. One of them was from Helen Shkenti from Bolnisi. So it's basically like, do you live where you study, or do you study where you live? Hi, nice to meet you. Come and join us.
Hi.
So yeah, what is like the whole campus situation? How, like, do you study where you live? Where do you live? How do you handle so many people around? Because I guess for like most of us and most of the students, it is quite unusual situation to be in such environment.
Okay, so in my situation, I think this is the only UWC Mostar, like a UWC that has like an open city campus, as far as I'm aware. So like there are like currently 3 campuses and they're like residences, and they're located like in between like the city, like just like in the city center, basically.
Mhm.
And I live in I think it's the oldest residence, and it is the biggest residence and has capacity of 80 students. So there are currently 80 students in this residence, and it's the farthest away from the school. It's like 25-30 minute walk by
Oh.
foot. Yeah. But it's
Mhm.
enjoyable because I do it like with my friends every morning, and then we go back. So it's
Mhm.
fun time to communicate and make new friends. Why not?
Okay, thank you, Nico.
Okay, so in Wales we have this one large campus, and we live in this like houses. We have I think 7 houses. Each of these houses have like 40 students in it, and we study in different academic buildings or the castle, because we have a castle on the campus, so that's really cool. Uh, and that's
That's
like
the
our only
biggest
flex, that we have a
flex.
castle. And yeah, like to get to classes, I donate 25 minutes. I get like 3 or 4 minutes. I just get up and leave to my classes. But the thing is, because of COVID, our campus was closed. We're only let outside yesterday, and we can explore the city that we live. It's called Longwood Major. It's a really small city, but it's really pretty. So yeah, that's about our campus.
They have ghosts over there.
We have a lot of ghost like and haunted stories. There's one story that this lady lives in a castle that smells like lavender, but I've never seen one.
I think they are just scared of COVID and are hiding. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Shakhriyar,
Well,
how
coming
is
from
it
the
over
geography,
Lipachun? Like your first day impression, at least.
yeah, so starting from the geography application of Lipachu, it's located in very green zone, so the ocean right there. Like I have a view to the ocean, like a lot of mountains around, and this is the very green place. So we have 4 blocks to live and 1 academic block. So to get to classes, we have to go for 4 minutes, I guess. And
Mhm.
I live in the biggest room in the block, so it's large. It's very big.
So it's kind of a castle uh, for you as well. Uh, I have an additional question from myself. Would you prefer, for those um, who are studying and living at the same territory, would you prefer to um, for it to be different? Like, do you think it's easier and, like, I don't know, more comfortable or funnier to have everything on campus, or to for it to be like for Lucene when you have to walk? Which one would you prefer if you got to choose?
Okay, so it's really like convenient that we have everything on campus and I can go to my classes in 3 or 4 minutes. But it's bad when the campus is closed, no matter how big it is. It just gets really, really suffocating and you feel like you can't go anywhere new. But if we like disregard COVID and we can go outside, then it's really convenient that I can just walk to my class in 3 minutes and then go to the city every time I want to.
Yeah, I think probably we cannot talk disregard COVID for a lot of time. So yeah. Okay, Luciana, do you feel like you would prefer, but you said you're making friends, etc. So it's fine for you this way?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is like really like convenient because I don't know. I've been like I've had like tours in UWC Diligence, so I've seen like how the campus and residence are, and it's kind of like I don't know, I really don't like how connected it is because like to have like all those people every single like day and to be surrounded by all those same people. In my situation, there's like variety and we have a lot of like hangout places in city or like we can even go and hang out with other residences. So I think yeah, it's like really great and
Oh,
really
great
fun.
that you were nominated to Mostar.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
Shafrior?
Shahriar, do you have something to add?
Yes, for me it's very comfortable that everything located is very next. Because like when it comes to going out to city, it becomes very something very exotic when it's very far. We have a subway right here, and when we go to the city, it's like a holiday for me. So yeah, it wouldn't be that cool if I lived in city.
Mhm.
Okay. Are we continuing? Right. Okay, great. Continuing this topic about college, and you were nominated to this college where you are. What maybe you would maybe you were asked about this, but still it is very interesting to know which colleges were in your list for first, second, and third places, and why? Luzine, do you remember?
Yeah, I think I do. So my first top three was Atlantic, Adriatic, and in the one in Canada. And I don't remember the name in Canada. So yeah, those I guess I just well Canada is not in Europe, but the other two are in. So I just wanted to go to Europe and I don't know, I like the reason why I put Wales as my first choice is because the idea of like studying in a castle and just being in Wales sounds really cool. So I was like, well, this gotta be my first choice. Cause and I really love like British and like UK, like all those like cultures. And so I really wanted to go there. And Italy, I had an opportunity to go there, but because of COVID, borders closed and I couldn't go to attend the festival that my school was supposed to go. So I was like, well, maybe this might be my chance, but it wasn't. So yeah. And now I'm here, but I'm really glad that I'm here. So no regrets.
Great, yeah. And we do believe that you'll visit UK. Yeah, soon, maybe not soon, but still, we do believe that you will. Okay, thank you, Nicholas.
Yeah, Wales is really fun, but my first choices were like, I think first was Adriatic in Italy, and then it was Pearson College in Canada. I don't remember the name. And the third one was like either Costa Rica or the one in Germany. So like Atlantic was not in my top choices, but I love it now. So yeah, I don't really have another choice.
Good approach to things.
But I would like to have no choice to be located in UK, actually. Like I have no choice. That's why I'm in UK, you know.
And no, I'm definitely not complaining. It's a good choice.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we do understand. Shakrior?
So my choices were someone Pearson, Canada, because of because of its nature. It was very beautiful in the pictures when I saw it, when I researched it. Second one was Atlantic, because of the castle, and third one was Isaac in Japan, because of like Japan has really beautiful culture, and when I saw the pictures, uh, I was amazed by the view.
Okay, I guess we're all really into Disney, and Castle is like nailing it. The first thing to go to. Okay. So yeah, back to the domestic side of all of that. Armik is also a fond of castles. She's asking, Nico, are you? Do they learn you to play Quidditch over there?
Okay, so we actually have Quidditch as one of the casts. They just run around with brooms and balls. It's like football, but with brooms. It's really fun. It's like, like if you want to leave your Harry Potter fantasies, I do recommend getting Quidditch. And it's like really like funny to watch them run around with brooms and like.
Yeah, and it also sounds really like not easy at all. Like
Yes.
playing football is hard
Challenging, yeah.
enough, but with wow, I'm impressed. Okay, thank you, Armik, for the question. But my question actually was like back to the domestic side of all of it. What is like speaking of day-to-day life on campus in different environment with different people, what is one thing like actual thing that you are happy you brought with yourself, and what is maybe another thing that you wish you would brought it from home with yourself but you wouldn't? I don't know, maybe your toothbrush. Hopefully not. This is a hard one. Okay, listener, you need another minute to think. While we are waiting, actually, we have another comment from Katie, who sends her biggest love to Nicholas, and you're her inspiration. So yeah, we're also a radio station now, I guess. Yeah, thank you so much, Katie. It is actually inspiring to want something like from the very beginning, and it is cool you can have it now. So yeah, back to the living not at home situation. What is like, I don't know, getting you throughout the days when you don't feel, because of course we're like discussing a lot how great it is, but I'm sure it's quite challenging from time to time to be at such a young age far from home. So what helps you, what things that you brought helps you to go through that?
Oh, okay. I think what helps me go through the day is the friends that I made here, and I'm really grateful for them, because like it kind of like makes you not feel homesick at that moment, because you're with them and you're enjoying the moment, and you're in this together, and like you all have like the same ideas, like the same interests while you're here, and so it kind of makes us all feel connected to each other, which I think is really great, and I really appreciate it. And I think one like things that make me feel like connected to back home is probably the food that I bought from there, because this time coming like for my second year, I was like, last year I didn't have like a lot of like national food. I didn't bring it. So this time I'm gonna bring it. So I'll just like it will be a piece of home, kind of.
Mhm.
So because I miss it a lot while I'm here, because like the like food difference are really like different. So I was like, that's the thing I need to bring with me next time I come here. And I actually did. But I kind of
Okay.
wish I bought a lot more than I did, because I was like, what if the custom service is gonna be like, no, you need to unload all of this. You're not going through Bosnia with this. So I was like,
Mm.
let's be realistic. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Nico.
Yeah, following up her point, I believe like friends are really important here, but I'm the firstie, so I didn't like believe my second years when they told me bring food from your home, because I was like, oh, I don't need to. And now I regret it. I'm like, when I go back, I will definitely bring a lot more. And also, like one hard thing about like homesickness here is that like sometimes it kind of feels like a hotel, because like everything is like literally the same. For example, the cups, the like the stuff you eat on, it gets really repetitive. So if you bring something very like small but personal, like a mug maybe, or a blanket that is really personal to you, or a picture, it really makes the whole like situation a lot better, because everything is the same. You have these white cups that everybody has, and you feel like you're stuck in a hotel that you can't leave. So like bring something really personal to you that's gonna like remind you of home.
That's great advice. Okay, thank you. What have you brought?
I have this like little like mug that has like I can't say what it's on, but like it's very personal. And also also we have this I brought some pictures of my friends and family, and I have them up on my wall. This is not my wall, by the way. And yeah, like having them near me is like refreshing.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Shahriar.
In my case, I'm very happy that I brought a lot of national accessories like this one and this one, which
Mm-hmm.
which definitely makes my corner look more more cool. And I wish I brought a lot of food, because when my second years told me to bring some food, I thought I thought that it would be useless, and there are a lot of food, but now I miss it very much, as Nico said.
How food can be useless?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, now we have, don't be nervous, be confident, bring a lot of food. Okay, great. Like, what is the issue? Like, you're not fed uh, with enough food, or it is just like some snack situation? Should we write to your colleges and complain that you're under eating?
I can go. Okay, the issue is like we're being fed, we're not starving. But the thing is, the food, like it's the dining hall, like the menu, like will get repetitive because they can't give you anything new all the time, and it will feel like a hotel menu, as I said, and like something like back from home. Like I know this does not make sense right now. Like when you eat a snack or something that like you ate back at home, like it literally reminds you of the place you live there and your friends and the memories you have. So it really like everything is shared there. Like you need something personal that it is only yours. And like this snacks can be a great addition to it because it's food and personal. So a good mix
Yeah,
of.
that's great. Okay, I got it now. Yeah, good to hear that you're not starving. Okay, thank you.
In my
Uh-huh.
case, it was different, a lot of new tastes, and I didn't have anything which I already know. Basically, like my something from my home, which is reliable for me. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks.
Okay, and continuing these day-to-day things, topics, Svetlana is asking, tell us about your daily routine and how much free time do you have? Lizine?
Okay, so our classes start at 8, and so I have to get up at like 6:30 to get ready and go to breakfast, which starts from 7 until like 9, so I have a lot of time if I don't have like the first block or like the first two. And we have like a almost an hour long lunch, so that's like, I don't know, a lot of free time. And if I don't have, I usually like don't have like afternoon classes that much, so that's my like free time. And the time in between like dinner and like waiting time for dinner, so that's my free time. And the rest is just homework time, assignments, deadlines. Now EE because I'm second year and like, fun. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds very stressful. And we wish you good luck with this.
Okay, so this is my first semester here, and it's supposed to be the easiest, though mine is not as stressful as Luzinusk. But my classes start at 8. I wake up at like 7:30 and just go to my classes. And when I finish my classes, it's mostly just my cast or other activities that I have chosen. And like when I finish all of those, it's like 7 or 8 p.m. And I don't really have a lot of free time. It's mostly like an hour and two that I can rest. Other just goes to homework because we do have a lot of homework and IB is demanding. So if you want free time, it's mostly on weekends.
Yes, saying from the perspective of a second first year student, it's way easier than Luzinus. But yeah, it's completely identical for me.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you once again that you had some time to join us in your very busy life. Okay, so I guess the next one will be from Anna from Surgut. And the question is, how, what was your expectations and what is reality, like how it turned out? Maybe what is mostly different? I guess Quidditch should be the one thing to start with. Listen.
Yeah. I don't know, for like expectations, I really didn't think like big or have like really like some sort of expectation, because I didn't want to be disappointed if I didn't like meet them or whatever. And so yeah, I just like the most like expectations I had is just to like make a lot of new friends, learn about all the different cultures that we have, and try to get like accustomed to like how different like principles and like traditions people have and how they live by it, and enjoy the UWC experience, know what it's about, and kind of like know what the IB is about, and to like learn new stuff about the IB and how like it prepares us to uni. So that's like kind of what I had in my mind when I was coming here. And like yeah, I think I met all of them because it was like simple things. Yeah. So now to not get disappointed, and yeah, that's the thing I advise all the new students, not to set up high expectations, because chances are you're gonna get disappointed.
That's very good. Like, have zero expectations, and then they will be met up.
Appreciate what you have. Be grateful for what you have. That's that.
Okay, no, that's actually very wise. I'm just mocking. Thank you, Nico.
Okay. before I came here, everybody told me like not have expectations, to not have any expectations. And it's kind of really easy to tell people, oh, you're like leaving your country, moving to another one, oh, not have any expectations. Like you will automatically have them. You may not even realize them. And to be honest, there's a lot of them. Like to like talk about one specific, it's you meet like in my college, there's like 300 students and you have to meet all of them. You have this expectation that you're gonna find the best friend or like somebody really close to in like a matter of weeks. And it doesn't happen that way because you meet so many people at the same time. Like you don't really get to connect with them on a deeper level until like time passes because you only have like small talk with them at first and then it gets deeper. And sometimes you may feel like even though there's always people around you, you might be really alone and like don't have anyone around you. But just know that like when as time passes, you're gonna find people in the group that you feel really close to and just try to like stick with them, but also talk to a lot of other people.
Okay, so yeah, also don't forget to give yourself time and don't have expectations. Okay, thank you.
Yes, so before coming here, um, I guess everyone had a lot of fears how they would communicate, how would they find new friends, but it's a way cooler in reality. Like people are very nice and you have your second years which are gonna help you. You have your roomies and my roomies are very cool and everything is very cool. Also when it comes to expectations of the view, when you see the pictures you might think, well, it could be a bit better. Well, it could be a bit more beautiful, but when you see it in reality, it's insane. It's epic.
Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. So yes, I will be philosophical for like 10 seconds. I haven't gone through this experience, but I guess it is okay mm, to first be like disappointed, sad, whatever, when you're starting. It is totally fine. It doesn't mean like don't have this pressure that, oh, I was chosen, I need to have like fun all of the time. It is difficult experience, and yeah, give yourself time. Don't be afraid to talk more, and yeah, look at me like giving advices and not going anywhere. So yeah, I guess that's it for the questions. We will not torture you anymore with that. Zernigor, do you want to spill some advices as well?
No, but I'm very agree with these guys. All advices, all answers were very clear for our candidates, even for me, because we, for example, Ksenia and Armik, we do all this selection stuff, but we don't know in reality how it goes after the selection. I mean, we send our birds to to fly, and then we don't know are they good or no. I mean, we got some feedback from them, but still we don't know day-to-day activities and all these feelings that you are having. And it's very good to know for our candidates all these things. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so now we will have we're almost finished, and we are going next to our third round. Барабанная дробь, drum roll, because we don't have a sound here. Okay, so the third round today would be, since Armik don't know how to share the whiteboard, which is totally fine. Armik, we love you. You just started your journey. So we decided instead of guessing like what is wrote by other person, to ask you unpreparedly. It's almost the first round, but hopefully more funnier. So each of you will have, I guess, 5 seconds to come up with the funniest situation you've got so far during the whole experience. Don't be shy. We can share our own stories as well later on. So yeah, what was it may be about interaction with other cultures, or about, I don't know, your roommate who didn't lock the bathroom door, whatever. Lucine, I think you got something. So yeah, give us some funny stories. It is a talk show after all, like we should be discussing some laundry stuff as well.
Okay, so I think the funniest thing that I encountered with like during these 2 years is people assuming that I'm dating my best friend. Yeah, and it's kind of like crazy because like I don't know, we're not really that affectionate in public, so I don't know how they got the idea from. We're just like really close. We just spent a lot of time together, so they just assume that I'm dating her, and they always like ask like if like I don't know if she talks with another guy or girl, they're like, "Oh, how are you okay with this?" And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I? Because and then for example, like I don't know, like this like past 2 days, people and we like posted even on Instagram story, we're like, guys, we're not dating. It's people still thought that we're joking, that it was a prank, but we're like at this point we don't know how to convince everyone we're not dating. So yeah,
you should have some t-shirts like,
I think that would just add like fuel to the fire. Yeah, because they're gonna be like, they're joking, like what is this? Yeah.
Oh, that beautiful.
And on top of that, we're roommates, so people are like, I see what they're doing, and I'm like, well, I guess we have to live with this reality at this point. I just accepted it.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That was very talk show material. Nico.
Okay, going back to the castle. The thing was, okay, so like when I came here, the campus is really big, so I didn't know my way around stuff. And the thing about the castle is it's really old, so the steps are like really narrow at some points. And secondary, so like of course know a lot of stuff, and that they're like really organized and blah blah. And once I was going to the dining hall, which is like near the castle, and I go into the castle and I'm like really like hurrying because I have to go to my class, but also have to eat. And I go in and I open this giant door, like really like gothic, like 13th century door in the castle, and people are waiting, chatting, blah blah blah. And I'm like here on the top and people are here and I have to come down and I sleep on the footsteps. It's like my first week. And I fall in front of these Steckaniers that I don't even know, like me in the middle of nowhere. I'm just like flying from the castle. I'm like, hey, and I fall in front of them. They're like, what the hell is happening? And it was so bad because like I don't even know anyone. I just like fall in front of them. I'm like I'm okay. Like, never mind. Like, don't mind me, please. I'm just gonna leave right now. So please watch your steps, especially in castles.
I guess at that moment, you really wish you would be at Quidditch team. So you would have your room with yourself and just whoosh.
Yeah.
Did it help you in any way to start small talks afterwards? Like you start to be the guy who slept on the stairs?
Yeah, like a lot of people knew me by the first week, because like when you meet people, like you don't really have a lot of like distinguishable traits, because the only thing you talk about in the first week is like, oh, I'm from Georgia, I'm 17, blah blah. That's the only thing you ever discuss. And like when something unique happens, you just get attached to that one experience and everyone knows about you that.
So yeah, that's actually a good start after all, I guess.
Yeah.
greatest first impression. Okay, thank you.
So the most hilarious things happens in my English classes. So firstly, when I came in English class, I was very scared by the teacher because he speaks Russian, and when I came to my English classes, he always says to me something like he's throwing random words in Russian, and it's so scary because he's saying like "доброе утро" or "привет, душка," and I'm so scared of it. It scares me very much all the time, and I don't know if he know Russian or it's just random words. I can't decide it, but it scares me very much. Also, very funny that I forget about all my English knowledges on the English lessons, and I took English HL, which means higher level. And I learned my English from the films or TV shows, so it's not official, but and the lessons they all have professional English skills, and I always use not official use English language, so I can say instead of word atmosphere, I can say vibes, and instead of words man, I say dude, and it's so funny. Everyone is literally laughing when I presenting something, and I laugh too. But yeah,
Yeah, I guess you will. I think this is something that happens with a lot of people, and you will just over time it will be harder to speak in your native language rather than in English because like all of the information you're receiving. Yeah, this is what everybody will.
Yeah, Привет, Dushka, of course. It's really funny
Maybe
and
you
scary.
maybe you should approach him and ask.
Yeah,
So not,
maybe he literally doesn't know what does it mean.
I mean sometimes I speak with students from Russia called Yasmina,
Mhm.
and I speak
Hi,
with her,
Yasmina.
and he translates our words, and it's so scary.
Mhm. Okay, so I guess it is all for today. Thank you so much. It is such a blast. Like we've discussed it after the first thing that we're not sure like who are um, gaining more from these things because it is so cool to spend some time with you. All of you are so funny and so willing to participate. I guess I would like to ask one last question, which was not received from the candidates, as you might guess. Would you like throughout the whole process and now on the second main stage of like studying, would you like your NC to act differently in some things, like to do things differently, to be more involved maybe, or something like that? So yeah, what would you like from us to do to make this whole process in the past and now more easier?
Well, I guess on my part, I don't know. I would just like for the NC to be like more involved and like more approachable. For example,
Mhm.
like they could just it can be like just a short email just asking me, hey,
Like
how's it going? Like, yeah, like how's life? If you have any like struggles or some sort of stuff like that, or even like organize something like this. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed this like talk show. I think the idea is really great. And yeah, this like really like to like let people be aware of UWC, like I don't know, just to make like people be interested in this like school as a whole and like us as like individuals, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Noted.
For me, Georgia National Committee was like really helpful before I was coming here. like all the questions I had, the visa problems, blah, 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 they helped me with all of it. They tried to support me. Like there were a lot of problems because I was coming from a rebellious country, and they did everything that they could do to like help me get through it easily. But the thing is, now that I came here, like I kind of, if I have any issues or problems, I tell that to my school, my campus, the people that are here, not really address it to my national community. So like, yeah, maybe it would be good to like tell my struggles or like issues or like anything like really to my national committee, because there might be other people too in the committee that like feel the same, and the committee will be informed about it and can do like better about it or like help us really.
Yeah, you should definitely
Yeah.
like don't do that. It was don't and do that. Don't struggle to communicate us with everything, and we should definitely also check up on you, I guess, more frequently. Okay, thank you.
I would also like to add that I wanted to communicate with my national committee a bit more because I felt really bad when I came here because the connection was lost and I felt like I just went here and I lost about my national committee. I felt bad for it, and yeah, I wanna be more active with my national committee because I don't want to be like just a user who uses it like in his personal goals.
Mhm. Okay, Zernigor is here. This is
Yeah.
now the kind of talk show when we are like, long lost, I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
relative.
Actually, yeah, and Zine, you are from Armenia, right? At that time, Ru was with us.
Is there something else I can help with?
Yeah, I think if you mean Rosanna,
Rosanna.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, she was. Yeah, she was. I think she got
Actually-
appointed during like my time. Yeah.
Great. Actually, Rosanna, Ksyusha, and all our colleagues, including me and my other colleagues from UW Uzbekistan, we are trying really hard. And I hope we will
No,
improve.
don't.
What? I hope we will improve our communications after your getting the campus. Actually, yes, we are all busy with all this selection stuff. And once our candidates are in campus, we are like really calmed down, and we are like, oh, thank God, our candidates are, all our students are in their campus, so now they'll get all themselves. But yeah, we noted.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't, the part that we are busy, it wasn't about like, don't complain. But yeah, it is exactly like Zernigor said. We feel, I guess, like our job is done, and I think it's not. Yeah, so we would be more approachable. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, Zernigor.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was really, really cool to meet you. And I hope, actually we, Ksyusha, Armik, and soon Rosanna too, another our Max and Marie, we want to, on a regular basis to lead this TV show, talk show. So I hope we'll, yeah, we will success in that. Thank you for being part, to
Yeah.
be active. Yeah, it was good.
Thank you
And
for giving your time. Yeah, it was
yeah,
very
for 1
nice.
hour. Actually, we don't know what does it cost, but still, thank you.
Thanks. Really fun. I liked it.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you for the idea. I really enjoyed it, and thank you for inviting me to your talk show. It was really fun.
You.
Mhm. Yeah, no pressure. Okay, so yeah, I guess we will see you in a while. We will let you know. Have a great week.
Yeah.
Thank you. You too. Bye.